Well, hello friends. My name is Marty and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to make egg bites and I'm going to cook them in a mini loaf pan. There's 8 sections in it. If you have muffin tins, you can certainly put it in there. It works either way. Because I'm using the loaf pan, like the mini loaf pan, I will be putting more eggs in to bulk it up a little bit. So I hope you enjoy this recipe, and let's get to it. So I like to top and tail my onions before I cut them. Then I cut them in half. Peel off the excess, the skins, and you can choose to compost them, or some people like to save the ends, like these, for their stalks. If they're ones that you've grown, why not? You know what pesticides you have used. Okay, so just put that in there. Skin over there. Okay. So I've already dropped in some of my bacon fat. The pan's nice and hot. Add some flavor. I'm just going to finish grating this cheese up. Doesn't take much, but you can certainly increase it to your taste. Okay, what did we do? Go. And we have a piece of sausage left over from last night. Just going to cut it down into smaller pieces. But if you're preparing dinner, one of my safety tips in the kitchen is a separate board for your meat, a separate knife. Now what I am going to do today, and it's totally up to your preference, this was already cooked. Alright, so I just want to combine it with my onions and maybe get some of those flavors melding together. All right, and I will pull this off of the burner and set it out to cool down a little bit before I proceed to add it to the eggs. So as you can see, I have a bunch of eggs here, and I am individually cracking them open into a bowl and dropping them in to kind of catch the shells in this bowl. It's much easier to scoop it out of a single bowl than trying to chase it around in a big bowl. So you put in 10 to 12 eggs. That's a good thing I did that. And then I add a few big pieces, and then I'm going to clean those shells and dry them in the heat of the oven. When I'm done, I think I just went over 2, 4, 6, 7, 10, 11. Nope, this is 12. In the heat of the oven after baking. I've got a lovely bowl of different colored shells. You know what? I think I'm going to do one more in there. I'm going to do this lovely green one. There we go. Yeah. Perfect. So, and just of course, the time you don't use this little bowl method, this is a step, the odd time I'll skip, and I regret it every time because I will get little shells that I can't get out. So now I'm going to drop those eggs into the mixer. Just bring it up. So I've just finished blending it. It's lovely to put in just a little bit of milk. I have defrosted this the other day. This I picked up. I only picked up a couple of things. I needed milk. December 28th. And it is January 22nd. So I pulled out of the freezer. These freeze amazing. I do shake them once I've defrosted them. So just add a little splash in there. You can use milk, a bit of cream, water if you're milk intolerant, for sure. And now I am putting in a mixture of I have an organic no salt seasoning that I really like, and I always buy paprika bulk and put it in jars like this. I do love my Redmond salt, and like I said before, I got it on a heck of a deal. It was typically for this bag, it was just under $8, and I got it 50% off. When they find this salt, my premise is, when they find it, how many thousands of years old is it? How old is that? How can it have, logically, a shelf life? I think after it's open, of course, because then, you know, and a little bit of pepper. And of course, your seasonings is whatever you like. And then I'm just going to bring that up. I'll blend it a little bit. So as you can see, I have greased the pans, and I have right beside me, ready to go, have the eggs, the cheese, and the meat. I didn't have a pan that was a 12-cup muffin tin, but I did have this, so I'm going to use it because that's what I have in the house. Just pour and stir this as I'm pouring because the spices are in there. And I'm going to like maybe half fill them for now. Then I will add in the meat and the cheese. And I will say, off camera, I added in another 12 eggs because I know these are larger than these little cups are deeper than the 12 cup. And it's 2, 4, 6, 8. So there's like 8 here. So basically you're going to divide this amount into 8, or if you have 12, you know, you would separate it into enough to go in. Or if there's, you know, somebody in your house that doesn't like the onion or doesn't like the meat, they just want the egg, and then you would leave it plain, right? So I'm just going to go back in and drop some more in there. So that worked out really well. I really enjoy having leftovers in my house. I am a big fan of cooking today and having something left over for tomorrow, or to repurpose that and make a totally different dish. And then here, I'm going to add in the cheese. And I know it's going to sink a little bit. As I add it, because it has some weight to it. And I don't think I'm going to put all that cheese in. I was kind of wondering if, yeah, I think that's going to be a little too cheesy for what I have. And I'm going to save it, and I will use that up. So I popped that pan into the oven, and it says it's going to take 20 to 25 minutes. I haven't used these pans yet. I've had them for a little bit, and I keep forgetting to. And I thought the challenge was the perfect time to use them. I'm thinking it might take closer to half an hour, but I'm going to check. Well, they smell amazing. They're definitely a worthwhile thing, I think, to make. Absolutely, especially if you have extra eggs or you want to do something ahead. You could do this ahead, I think, the night before and pour it in the morning, or if you get up early, and absolutely do this. How cute are they? Now, I've already checked them, and they're coming out clean. I did check this one and this one. Like, I always check one in the middle, and I check like a bigger one in the corner. At 25 minutes, 350, 375 I felt was too high. It is too, my oven runs hotter, so I adjust it. And it did take an extra 5 minutes for these. If I was to do them in, like, you know, like the regular muffin tins, it would probably only take maybe 18 to 20 minutes. As you can see, I am down to my second last slice of this. This is really good.